Monsters. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is fabulous. So, in today's fabulous tutorial, I am going to show you how to make this adorable ephemera box to go ahead and put your little project style cards and then your little ephemeras in there and package these and give them out to one of your boo-boos, right? That's how cute that, this is how cute it came out. I think it's really cute. And if that wasn't even cute enough, this right here, boo-boos, is my own design. I designed this little box myself. Of course, there's a lot of a lot of boxes out there like this, but what I'm saying is I designed it. I did the measurements. I actually did the whole blueprint and the whole draft of my whole entire thing so that it would be easier for me to just tell you what size of a cardstock to cut and where to score and all that good stuff. I did all the hard work with my own two chubby little hands and this huge ass brain of mine. And then after I did all the measurements and all the little stuff, I went ahead and I made a template and I put it to life. Hey! So this is it, my little crafty monsters, and it's really easy. So I hope you guys go ahead and try this out because this is one way of packaging your ephemera. We're calling it ephemera because it's a fancy word. I know I keep saying that, but it's because it's all just clip art. And y'all went fancy on me and started calling it ephemera. So yeah, that's what me and Matthias are calling it now, ephemera. Anyway, my little crafty monsters, I know you guys want to get down and dirty, so let's get down and dirty. Oh, but this is not only for that. There's so many other little things that you could put in here. So don't just think this is just for ephemera and for project style cards. No, bobos, no. You could put like all kinds of die cuts in there. You could put things that you don't want to get bent. If you don't want something to get bent, like all those intricate little dies and stuff, you don't want them to get bent in one of these, in one of these little packages and stuff. So put it in a box like this. There's just so many things that you guys could stop throwing my stuff. There's just so many things that you guys could go ahead and use these boxes for. So anyway, let's get down and dirty because I know you want to get down and dirty, and I will see you guys in a bit. Alrighty then, my little crafty monsters, let's get down and dirty and make these little bad boys. So this is the ephemera box that we're going to be making, and this is my design. I did design this. These are the blueprints that I did, and then that's the template that I made with my little blueprints. So let's get started by cutting our cardstock down to 8.5 by 8.5. And then we're going to need our score tool. And now this is a little bit tricky, guys, so bear with me on this, on the explanations. We're going to score it at 1/2 inch, at 4 inches, and then at 4.5, and then at 8. Doesn't really matter because remember your paper is 8.5 by 8.5, so it doesn't matter what side you start. Now for this part, this is the tricky part. So we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, at 1 inch, at 5.5, and at 6. But at 6, we're not going to go all the way because we're making a tab. Then score it at 6.5, 7.5, and at 8. You guys are going to notice I will flip the paper on the areas that I don't want to score. So there's going to be a tab that we're going to do on the very top of this box. You guys will see. So right here, I'm just basically scoring the little tab and half of that paper all the way to that score line. That's going to give us that tab on the very top of our box. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and X out all of the areas that you will need to cut off of these little, off of the box. And so all of the little X areas, that's what you're cutting out. I kind of try to make it as simple as possible, but I did want it to look pretty professional and to make it look like a little cute box with that little tab on the very top. And you would be able to put a hoe on the top so that the recipient could hang their little ephemera box or whatever. So this is the part where we're cutting all of those tabs. Remember, we're cutting all of the tabs that have the X's, and we are creating little tabs in between. So make sure that you're cutting down to the score line to to make your little tabs. Now, this is the part where I told you that was gonna be a little bit difficult on the scoring part. That really long area, that's gonna be the tab. You guys will see once we put it together. So right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the edges of these little tabs just to make them fold in a little bit more easier. And I'm doing the same thing with that any tab that's going to go into a slot, we're going to go ahead and just cut off a little bit of the edges. And I'm not really 100% sure, but I think it's called mitering or something like that. So we're not even going to try, but that's what it's called when you cut those little edges of the tabs. So right here, it's not going to fit into my Sizzix. So I want to cut a window, and I'm using these Spellbinders nesting rectangle dies. So it's not going to fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down on the one sheet that I wanted to cut, and then I'm going to fold over the other one. It's going to leave an impression, but honestly, to tell you the truth, that's the back of the box. So I'm not really too worried about that. And it's also the inside of the box. But that's how I cut out that little window. You could do this with an X-Acto knife, or you can, you don't even have to cut a window, but I really think the window looks good. So we're going to go ahead and use these Shrink-a-Dinks, the crystal clear. And this, we're going to use it as an acetate. And the reason why I'm going to use this instead of acetate is because this is a lot stronger. It feels more like a more secure plastic than the acetate. So all I'm going to do here is just start measuring. I'm going to measure to see how big of an acetate that I want to use. And it really depends on the size of the square that you guys are going to be using, or the size of the rectangle that you guys are going to be cutting out, or if you're going to cut out a circle or a perfect square. I didn't really give the measurement on that because everybody's going to have a different nesting die, and I figured you would just have to measure it according to whatever size window you're making. Always make it 1/2 inch bigger on all sides so that you have some room to attach it to your box. And so that's all I did right here. And so now what we're going to do, I cut out 2 of them because I was originally making 2 boxes, but we only ended up using 1. So right here, I'm just going to go ahead and start folding all of my little crease lines on my box. And as you can tell, this is that area that I was telling you that you have to be careful when you're scoring, because that's going to be that tab, and you don't want to score a line in the middle of that tab. I know it doesn't really sound like it makes any sense. However, when you are making this box, you guys will notice, because it was a little hard for me to show you guys. So basically all I'm doing is I'm just gluing all of the tabs that are going to hold this box together. I'm gluing the side and also the bottom. That long tab in the back of, I'm going to call it the hanging tab. So that hanging tab behind the box, that we went ahead and we glued that as well. And so now right here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of distress all of the little box. But before I continue, because I didn't finish saying, so I glued the side of the box, the bottom of the box, and that tab. The only tab that I did not glue was the very top, and that's going to be the top tab that you're going to be able to open and close to either fill in your goodies or for the recipient to take them out. And so after I finish inking all of the edges of this little bad boy, then I'm going to go ahead. This is the part where I'm gluing the bottom tab of the box, because I did forget to do that. I want all of the tabs to be glued down because I want it to be secure. I don't want that bottom tab to accidentally open and then all of your goodies are going to fall out. So you want to make sure that that one's glued down. And right here, I'm just going to use some of this little gold, I don't know, vine trim. I don't know what it's called. It's called a vine trim, right? So we're going to go ahead and use this little bad boy, and I'm just cutting it to one side, and we are going to use some 3D paper flowers and, you know, some little quotes and stuff like that. And the reason why is because I don't really know what I'm doing as far as the decorating part. I know that I wanted to make this box, but there was really no plan on it. So I I'm just going with the flow, boo-boos, just going with the flow. And so right here, I'm just looking for any kind of clip arts or any quotes that I have, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add those onto this little box and try to make this little box as cute as possible. Of course, we're gonna ink the edges of everything because this is kind of like a little vintage, I want to say it's kind of like a little vintage shabby chic, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. But we're going to go ahead and ink the edges off of all of these little bad boys. This box is really easy, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. You know that I always do my best to answer all the comments that I have. And that's because I want to be helpful for you guys. I want you guys to feel confident and feel that you are capable of doing everything that I'm doing, because if I'm able to do it, trust me, my friends, you would be able to do them as well too. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm going to try to see if there's any way that I can make that template that I made, if I could make that available. The only thing that I could think of right now is scanning it, and if you guys want it, comment your email address at the bottom and I could email it to you as a PDF file, and then you guys could just print that out and use that as a template to trace over your actual cardstock. I mean, that's just an option, because I really don't know how to make that available for you guys, but I really want it to be available so that it's easier for you guys to look at that template so you can know exactly how it's supposed to look when you're cutting it yourself. So right here, this is the part where I'm adding all of the flowers, and the only reason why I'm adding these flowers is because I want to basically hide where that gold vine starts and where it ends. And so that's the reason why I added those flowers. But for the most part, guys, this is really all that I'm really going to do to this little bad boy. I'm going to add one more item to the very corner, and we're just going to call it a day as far as decorating this little box, because I think that the box looks really cute. And the most important is what's going to be in the inside. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put these little project style cards inside of this little box, and then I'm going to add some little clip arts or ephemera, whatever you want to call it, and some of these little sentiment stickers that I usually use. And then we're going to close the top and we're going to leave it like that. And I think that that's it for that little box. I think it came out really cute. I hope you guys try this, and there you go.
Welcome back, my little crafty monsters. That's how easy it was to make these little bad boys. And isn't that awesome? Jesse's little design. Hey, see, mijo? The paper to masterpiece box is what we're gonna call it, mijo. It's a paper to masterpiece. But anyway, it was our masterpiece and we came up with it. So that's how easy it was to make this little bad boy. I hope that inspires you guys to make some of these little boxes so you guys can go ahead and package your little die cuts, your little ephemeras, because it's the fancy ephemeras. And oh my god, we should say it like that, ephemeras. And or your little or any little embellishments that you guys definitely don't want to get bent or anything like that. So I hope you guys try this little tutorial and make some of these little bad boys. And if you do, you guys definitely have to share, because I want to see how cute of a little box you guys make. And that's it. That's it, my little crafty monsters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Y'all need to subscribe, and if you're not subscribers, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Push the little button right there. Just push it. It's free, and we become BFFs. And y'all want to be my BFFs. I know you do, boo-boo, so push the button. And share and tell a friend, because your friends also need to know how fabulous and just how great these videos are. That's it for now, my little crafty monsters. Until next time, goodbye.